Welcome to Excel with Excel. I'm going to show you guys how to create a simple pivot table. Pivot tables are not only engaging, but they're fun and extremely powerful. They're also quite simple to create. Let's get started. So here you see we have our data set. We have our columns here, pretty large data set here. And I want to create a pivot table with this data set. So what I need to first do is put this data into tabular format. You can either click Control T, and it's asking where's the data for your table. So since we have our cell selected here, Excel has detected that this is a table. So you can click OK, and we have our table. Or I just want to show you another option. You can also go to Insert Table. Same exact thing here. Where's the data for your table? Because we have selected a cell within our table, Excel has detected that this is the table. So we're going to click OK. My table does have headers. So now we have our information in a nice table format. Now I want to summarize with Pivot Table. I'm going to click on that. We see this dialog box come up. Choose the table that you want to analyze. Select the table or row. So Excel has detected that this is the table, and we're going to put it in a new worksheet, clicking OK. So now we are brought to this sheet here, and we are going to start building and creating our pivot table. If you look to the right, we see all of these fields. These fields correlate with the columns. If you look back on your sheet 1, and we can name this, we can put, this is our raw data. And here is our, we can put pivot table. So as we see here, these fields correlate with the columns. So what I'm going to do, I want to see the correlation or the relationship. I want to see the sales reps amount sold. And so you see that Excel here, it sums up the amount sold. So we see the relationship, the correlation between our sales representatives and with the items, the dollar amount that was sold. And I want to also filter by state. I'm going to drag state into the filter section. And you see here, now we can basically filter the data out by state. So I'm going to click on California. See how it's filtering it here? I just wanted to show you that. So now let's just go back to the original. So now I want to build a chart, an interactive chart here with a slicer. So we have our data. I'm going to go to Insert, Pivot Chart. And I just want a column that, a column chart that will show the amount of items or the amount sold, the sum of the amount sold in correlation with the sales representative. So I'm going to click OK. As you see here, we have our chart. And then I want to add a slicer. A slicer is basically an interactive filter. I want to add a slicer, and I want to see the exact cell amount, the sum of the cell amount per cell rep. So I'm going to click sales rep. Okay. And now look at that. We have a slicer or a interactive filter. So now when I click on John, I can see the exact amount, like it just pinpoints and focuses on whichever selection you create. So we can also see here, you see how this is updating our pivot table is updating along with the chart. Click on Nancy, click on Pena.